I have stuff that is like kind of brand new, that is here for sale. I've got stuff that's kind of a sneak peek.
Awesome.
What is your...
Whatever you want to show the people.
I'll do my best documentary voice.
Sure.
In 1974.
Well, let's introduce ourselves first.
Oh,
There we
sure.
go.
I'm Curt Covert, and I am the owner of Smirk and Dagger Games. This is Hi-Fi. It's one of our latest releases. The idea of the game is that in 1974, the Meeples are the hottest band in rock and roll. They are working on their concept album, Hi-Fi, when creative differences split the group, and they never finished the album. Now, 50 years later, they are back together. And you are the producers of this unfinished, legendary album. And it's got to be great. Here's what's going to be happening.
Is this the rule book?
It is
That's
the rule
excellent.
book. Yeah. Your turn begins by actually consulting the original album. This is your resource generation tool for the game. So you spin the album and you gain those resources for your turn. Once you have those resources, then you go to the production studio. You're going to be laying down cards into a track, because as a producer, you have very definite ideas about what you want this sound to be like. These are not actually 4 tracks of one song. These are 4 songs with highlighted artists for simplicity. You really want a song to start with a vocalist, then have a drum solo, and move into a guitar riff. That's going to be great. Now, you have already started to build that secretly on the board. No one knows that you have this card.
Okay.
So, I've got 3 of those. Now, I will play one card, and it's going to set off a chain reaction of stuff on the board, with the scoring being the key. So I place a card here. I immediately see how many stars are on this track, and I gain those as points. They do get covered up, but right now I get 3. Then I check the artist's equalization knobs that match. So that's the guitarist. There's 1 knob there. That's 1 point for me. Hey, as yellow, you just got to pass a point. Good job for you as well.
Awesome.
All right, now I look for harmonization bonuses. If the amplitude matches, I'm going to get 2 victory points.
Okay.
If I match the time code when I place the card, I get to place an equalization knob. If I match up 2 of the same color, that's a solo. I'm getting bonus points for that. And if I do 2 of those things, I could swap a card from my hand onto the board and remix the track. It's a kind of a strategy game that's very tactical. It's hard to do long-term planning, so you have to kind of work on the fly as the board state changes. And the beautiful part is, with all of this, it's really just $40. And everything obviously designed to look like you're in a production studio, so just, you know.
We're both musicians.
Oh, gotcha.
So that's
all
why
right.
it appealed to it. I saw this, I was like, oh, that's Logic Pro right there.
Yep. Have you heard of our game Boop?
Boop, absolutely.
Well, this year we came out with Boop the Halls for the holidays.
Excellent. Because you also had like a Halloween version, didn't
yes,
you?
we did.
Yeah.
So that's Boop the Halls, but let's take a look at the board.
All right.
Boop the Halls now puts the cats in for the holiday. Of course, they're dressed for, they've got scarves and hats and that sort of thing.
Yeah.
And the board has completely changed shape. It is now almost circular, so you can't play the standard game even if we flatten out the board. And also it's got dimensional height. So that is a Christmas tree, and the idea is the cats are now jumping into a Christmas tree and trying to knock the ornaments out. This presents a new win-loss condition, which makes this game much more challenging.
Yeah.
So you have to defend your ornaments from being knocked out of the tree at the same time as you are trying to line up your kittens and grow them into cats. It's still cute, adorable, very thinky, and now even a little bit more challenging with this edition. The other thing that we do, we're constantly working on new products. And we are right now on press from Kickstarter. We're now getting ready to deliver Boom Patrol. It's almost like an arcade game, and in it, you are the commander of a tank in a battle arena. And imagine you're like wrestling superstars of the animal world. So you've got Copycat, you got Chompy. You know, you're all animal tank commanders with special abilities, and you are battling for gold and glory. So there are all these buildings out on the battlefield, and they're going to reveal power-ups, gold bars, secret intel, and other things that are going to create this very arcade-style battle match.
And this is just a randomly generated
That's
board.
correct. Yeah, you throw them all out, and then you start driving out. Now, the beautiful part is that it's a very simplified movement system.
Yeah.
So you're going to set 3 cards face down to create your battle orders here. And then as you reveal them, so there's my forward. I want to drive forward with my tank. I place green against green, and I drive forward until red hits red. I remove the card. I've moved my forward move. Same thing.
Okay.
I'm going to veer right. Front, rotate,
it tells you
front,
right there.
front. There we go. I've turned my tank. And now I'm going to fire away. And I can turn my turret. Ting, 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 ting. I can go like across 1 hash mark when I do that. Now, normally I have to be able to be in range, but you'll notice I'm actually, I would just hit them, but it'd be long range and it'd be a hard shot. The accelerators here, which adds a little bit of fun, I can actually hit this and recalibrate from there. I'm now in close range.
Sure.
It's a ping shot. So now I'll go ahead and roll the 2 dice. Great, I take the best, because I'm close range, I take the best result. That's 2 crits on their tank, and it takes 3 crits to knock them out. So I've just blown up their tank. Don't worry, it's going to respawn instantly, and they'll still play the rest of the turn. But for that, I'm getting medals.
Medals, yeah.
So as soon as you reach a threshold of medals, 7 medals, you're going to win the game. But it's a zany tank battle game.
Yeah.
And so this is going to be out spring of 2025. Probably April or May is actually when it's going to hit retail shelves.
Excellent.
But we're very excited about it. And it's, without being too punny, it's a blast.
Yeah, it's a blast. Fits on any table.
Yeah, I mean, well, honestly, it could use a slightly bigger table than I have here. But yeah.
Are you able to scale that as big as you want?
You can, but I think if you're on like a pretty decent kitchen-sized table, that's where you're gonna have the best.
I'm wondering if you could scale it big and appeal to wargamers.
So to be fair, this is the game wargamers will play maybe with their families.
Introduce.
But not with each other, because it's a very fudge factor. If it's close enough, it hits.
Yeah.
It's not super precise.
Okay, so if you're on the card at all, you don't have to hit the metal.
No. It's like, yeah. Who's closest to this? It looks like you are, yeah, so.
So if you want a war game with your kids.
Exactly, yeah. Perfect for that.
Yeah, perfect.
Or if you just you like the idea of kind of face-to-face battle and fun.
Yeah.
But you're not a heavy grognard where the slide rule is important.
Yeah.
Then this is for you.
Perfect. Excellent. There was one more that Melissa has.
Oh, yeah,
on
what
her
do you got?
list. It's this one.
Oh, okay.
She's a big book nerd, let's be honest.
Okay, well, come on over. So this is actually going to be our next Kickstarter. It is a place for all my books. It is a very cozy game about collecting and organizing wonderful books and admiring them. What happens is you're going to start with a collection of books in your apartment. You have set yourself these kind of personal goals. You just like the way things, maybe you're organized on by color, or by title, but it's kind of abstracted here. So you get these the little projects that you've assigned yourself.
Yeah.
And now this one says, I want to have 3+ lonesome blue books. That means blue books that share with no one else in that particular spot in your apartment. Whereas this one wants a stack with at least 2 of each of those, yellow and green. Or you want no books in the corners of your apartment. They're all very simple organizational tasks.
Yeah.
They're not intended to be super, super hard. And when you complete them, what you actually get, not only do you get a little bit of victory points, but importantly, what you get is social battery. It's a very refreshing, invigorating experience, and that raises your social battery meter. When it gets high enough, you can actually brave leaving the house, going into town to get more books. And you can also visit the village shops where they, maybe there's a cute messenger bag or a board game you'd like to get as well. But largely you're going to the bookstore, you're getting books, you're getting new objectives. You can go to the library, draw out of the bag. There's a book exchange, so you can swap books for colors that you want. And it's just this, it's almost like this, it's competitive, but it feels like it's kind of a Zen experience anyway.
Yeah.
And that's I think what I really love about this game is that it's warm, it's inviting, and you're just having a good time trying to maximize all of this. So and when you're in your apartment, for example, you're going to sort, meaning you're going to take a stack of books and you're just going to place them around your apartment where you want. Or you're going to gather. You're going to take the top book off of any number of stacks and place them in one stack. You can rest and get energy and get more personal goals.
Yeah.
And you can admire. And when you do that, that's where you're actually going to gain the benefits from all the projects you just completed. So, we're looking forward to this. I think it's going to be great for people who are book lovers, who are board gamers, or who just like kind of the cozy game experience. Yeah, it's really great. And I don't know if we don't have all of the art out, but
but the art is eye-catching already.
The art is really great, and we want it to be a very inclusive feeling game too. Just like we want to reach a very broad audience with it because book lovers are just
yeah.
And honestly, I kind of love the fact that they're all like young people in apartments, and they're not social animals. And so the solo game, I have to talk about the solo game. The solo game is all of a sudden like your favorite books out of the library are being checked out by this one person.
Oh, how annoying.
I know. And then like you go to the used bookstore and they were supposed to put that book aside for you, but Penelope has picked it up.
Oh.
And she is this extrovert who doesn't have to go back to the apartment to recharge. She's just out in the village all the time. And so you have to say to yourself, okay, I need to do what I need to do. I've never met this person, but they are my rival.
Right. They're taking up valuable spots for me.
Yeah. So you end up trying to beat their score. You're actually kind of going head to head, and she has kind of this AI sequence that she does, and it's actually a very challenging way to play, but fun.
Excellent, fantastic. A place for all my books. And when do you expect this to be on Kickstarter?
Should be towards probably like third week of January, and you can go to smirkanddagger.com, and we'll have postings there as well.